And welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast here on CBS. Did he catch it? Make your extra points, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Extra Point Awareness Week here on the Cover 3 podcast. Holy cow. Kick your rundown to the curb. We got a situation going on right now in South Bend. Holy cow. Okay. Lots to get to. That's Tom Fornelli. That's Bud Elliott. I'm Chip Patterson. Props to Bud for saying, let's just go. So I will say this, let it be read into the record that Bud Elliott was like, hey, it might be fun if we're just live on the air as this one ends. Good gravy. Okay.
Imagine if they miss this extra point.
Good God. Okay.
Wow.
Problems in the tomorrow's top 25 today. Please help. We are live on. Okay. Y'all figured that out. Okay. Thank you, Jack Crosby. Lots to get to. We've got we've got a Clemson dynasty that is done. I'm going to go ahead and declare it. You know, we should have listened to Tom Fornelli and Bud Elliott and everybody else that was like, hey guys, they've lost 8 games in the last 2 years. They're losing to unranked opponents left and right. Maybe it's not just going to be the dreams of 2016. We've got just an absolute banger in Knoxville. Our apologies to all the Tennessee fans out there, of which there are many. Hello, Jordan. That was a heartbreaker. If you've been losing every single game to the Georgia Bulldogs, going all the way back to 2016, then there are many ups and downs that are frustrating, but we're going to try to get into the football. Is Texas okay? I don't know.
All right. I got to stretch my shoulder out here.
Yeah, you got to work that shoulder up. West Virginia, Rich Rod, what a moment in Morgantown. Overtime game there. We might have an actual hot seat watch in Blacksburg that is real, and so much more to pick apart as we are with you live, 11:37 p.m. Eastern time. As I'm looking at it, Texas A&M 41, Notre Dame 40. The cameras zooming in on Tyler Buckner, the holder for
the lacrosse player,
the lacrosse player who now has them in this precarious position where they might be set to lose at home. Do
you know who doesn't botch that hold? Steve Angeli. Just saying. Shouldn't have let him go.
Hey, Drew Pine. Does Drew Pine?
Probably. Yeah. Okay, all right. He's got old arthritis hands at this point.
Oh man. All right, so we've got to start here. What have we seen? Let's just stay in the moment right here, because I know the 11 seconds. If there's a miracle, we'll react to it. Why did Notre Dame get in this position? How much money would it take to go to Cincinnati and bring Al Golden back? Because if Notre Dame has all of the money in the world, then they should go and get Al Golden back, because this defense has regressed in an extremely noticeable way.
Game over. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I know Al Golden's gone. Chris Ash is in. They lost some key guys. I still think that the drop-off is jarring. It's like, even if you expected there to be some, to see what we have seen now, especially in this game, I mean, I don't know. Like, the pass rush was a problem against Miami, but we also gave Miami's offensive line a lot of credit. But just the secondary, like, has been leaving guys open routinely and not making plays. And it's I don't know. I mean, I have no clue.
It almost makes you want to go back and dig through their schedule last year. And I won't cover the mic, sorry. Like, and think about, did they not face enough offenses that could really throw it last year? Like, did we overrate them? Like, but they made it to the national title game. Like, they gave Ohio State some issues in that title game, even when Chip Kelly was in his bag. Like, that was legitimately a really good defense last year. You know, this year it's just, I think, decent. Mario Craver had an incredible night for A&M. Obviously, Reed, I mean, I got to give the kid credit. He made the ones that he actually completed count. He was 17 of 37 for 360. That's a wild stat line.
Hold on. You just gave some classic Bud both ways. You know,
no, I'm watching this.
The ones he completed was the good
Yes.
phrase there.
I mean, hey, if our new Marcel Reed is just we're going to hit bombs and strikeouts, all right, we're just going to Adam Dunn this thing. Okay, cool. Like maybe that can work. I mean, you can't deny it. Like, the kid threw for 360, and like he did hit the guys in stride a couple times, and they ran long distances. Like he played hard. I think he made the most of it. And they go and get a win in South Bend. Like that's a huge win for A&M. And you got to give a lot of credit to Mike Elko for getting these guys ready to play. I thought honestly like A&M's defense was not like that awful. You know, like they seem to be a little bit better than I thought they would be. I know Notre Dame scored 40 on them, but you know it's off 429 total yards. Like that's not insane. 6 yards of play is not the worst effort you could possibly have. You know, going on the road against a pretty good Irish team. This is a fun game, man. Like these teams are pretty close to each other. They both look really good to me overall. But yeah, they both have some defensive concerns for sure.
Yeah, Marcel Reed averaged 21.2 yards of completion.
Yeah. I wonder when the last time somebody averaged who was not an option quarterback over 20 per completion and under 10 per attempt.
Yeah, that's a unique combination right there. Yeah. I cannot wait to go back and listen. You said congratulations to Mike Elko. Mike Elko, who I will say, and I wonder if Brian Kelly would offer a comment on this. Brian Kelly hiring Mike Elko was a change in his Notre Dame tenure. And so Mike Elko has had big moments in his own career, in his own rise in that stadium. And he just led Texas A&M in there to go and get this hard-fought win. There were times where it looked like he was going to absolutely wring the neck of his players because of, you know, how back and forth and how loose this game got. Not a very Mike Elko game. But to your point, Bud, what have we said about Mike Elko since he became a head coach? That guy gets his team ready to go, you know, and Texas A&M fans are so frustrated with the defensive breakdowns and the Auburn game and the losses at the end of last year. I get it. But man, they were keyed up. They were ready to go here. They made the plays when they needed to. What about the blame for Notre Dame?
The defense, just
defense.
Can't get stops. I mean, you gave up 488 yards. It's 7 yards of play. I mean, you can argue the offense didn't do enough. You could argue they could make plays, but that's a really hard argument to make. They scored 40 freaking points. And I know 7 of them came on the blocked punt, but I have a hard time blaming the offense for this one. It's the defense.
Look at the explosives. All right. 86, 45, 16. That's not really that explosive. 21, 24, 31, 18, 34, all through the air. Were they so concerned about Reed's legs that dictated their coverage plan? I'd be interested to go back and kind of watch the All-22 and take a look at that. That this was not great by Notre Dame. That their D-line is not what it was last year, clearly, right? Some of the young guys on the edge are not getting a ton of pressure. A&M blocked them fairly well. That is a really good A&M offensive line. I do project a lot of improvement for Notre Dame just by not playing Miami and A&M opposing offensive lines. But yeah, like they're not covering quite as well. I do wonder if they were too worried about Reed's legs.
Let's see. Notre Dame had,
which is a legit worry. The guy's a good runner.
Yeah.
As a team, they had 2 tackles for loss against Miami, and they had 2 tackles for loss tonight against A&M. It's hard to get off the field when you're not, putting people behind the chains.
I mean, all right, so here we go. Are they done? Season's over? Like, don't even watch anymore? Like, forget, like, I just can't, don't.
If they win out, you can't convince me they won't have a legitimate chance. It's just the chances of them winning out based on the way that they've been playing through 2 games is very, very, very low.
I think if we're talking like, are they done for the playoff? I think you have to say no, they're not done. And I'm reversing my course from earlier this week when I think their chances are greatly reduced with this home loss. But like, Will they put them in if they win 10 in a row? If USC has a nice ranking next to their name there. I also think the ACC. I don't know if we have great chance of getting Notre Dame plus 2 ACC in now, right? With Clemson losing there, I don't know if Tech carries enough weight in that. So like maybe if it's Florida State, Miami plus Notre Dame, I think you could possibly see that depending on how things shake out in the other leagues. But in some ways, Clemson losing may help the Irish get in if the ACC is a one-bid league.
Maybe. I think we don't have a Clemson Notre Dame head-to-head this year.
Right.
We don't have a Florida State head-to-head this year. So I don't think, and Miami already got the win. I don't know if the ACC's playoff hopes and Notre Dame are as intimately tied as they could be if we had more crossover.
I think that's fair, but I really have a hard time seeing Big Ten plus SEC not get minimum 7. So like at some point the math doesn't math for 2 plus 1. It's possible, but I don't know that's probable.
Yep. Well, I mean, there's a lot of SEC teams that won even without being impressive. There were SEC teams that took losses as well that might mix up that math just a little bit. Okay. Anything else on Texas A&M Notre Dame before we continue to keep this thing rolling?
Well, very different game than last year.
Is A&M schedule? It's more workable now than it looked like. Take a look at it.
I still think it's an imperfect. So you are right to propose schedule. I'm going to just focus on team. I just still see a team that is imperfect and maybe a tier different than a top tier in the SEC.
All right, so they'll be favored at home, and I agree with you, Chip. They'll be favored at home hosting Auburn, right, in 2 weeks because they get a bye. Favored over Mississippi State. I think at this point you're going to say they're favored over the Gators. Mm-hmm. They're favored at Arkansas. You're a dog in Death Valley. Are you a dog at Missouri? Missouri's looked damn good, so probably like a slight or at least toss-up. You're favored over South Carolina. South Carolina has not looked good through 3 games or 4 games now. You're favored over Samford, and then you play a Texas team. And if Arch continues on this path, he may be like a submarine reliever for the Yankees by that point. I don't know. Like the arm just keeps dropping a little more each week. So A&M may have something cooking here, guys.
Fine by me if they do. I drafted him.
You did.
Yeah, I'll get to the tiebreaker scenarios when the GeoSites website pops up where we go on the HTML.wave flash to be able to figure out what all the tiebreakers are, because that's where we're headed. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like if I'm to just call my shot right here on September 13th, we are going to have some brain-breaking tiebreaker scenarios come mid-November. So I don't think I'm quite ready to be able to project the SEC championship race because the top teams all have flaws, and there's teams like Texas A&M that I'm like, well, hey, look at the schedule, look at the team. I could see them going 7-1. Sure. I mean, yeah, Texas A&M could definitely go 7-1 in conference play. 7-1 in conference play gives you at least a seat at the table. We'll see if it gets you into the title game to Atlanta. Those things all yet to be determined at this point. But good work by Mike Elko. Great win on the road at Notre Dame. Okay,